Today we're going to talk about the gerund. And the gerund, in some ways, looks like the participle we've talked about earlier, and that it ends in ing. Remember that present participle ending in ing, right? But the participle is used as an adjective, where here the gerund is being used as a noun. So even though it's coming from a verb form, even though it's ending in ing, but its purpose in the sentence is that of a noun. Okay, so gerund is a verb form that ends in ing and that is used as a noun. Let's take a look at a few examples. All right, our first one, reading will strengthen your mind. You can see that ing word, right? Reading. In a different sentence, right? Let's think about I am reading. Very simple sentence. But there we have this verb phrase. So that ing is part of a verb phrase. It's showing continuous tense. I am reading. Right? But here, the function of reading is that of a noun. And this noun serves as the subject of my sentence. This is what my sentence is about. So what a great sentence. It's about reading. Right? Reading will strengthen your mind. Now we have a very similar example with our next sentence. Swimming is a healthy sport. And again, in a different sentence, that swimming could be part of a verb phrase. I am swimming. Could be an adjective. Swimming dolphins are fun to watch. Okay. But here, that's not the case. Here, this swimming, like with reading in the previous example, its purpose in the sentence is that of a noun. That's its grammatical role. Now, it's important that you see how this gerund differs from the participle, because they look a lot alike. And both forms can start a sentence. You can have a participial phrase at the start of your sentence. Remember that? But with the participial phrase, remember, you're going to put a comma at the end of it, where with the gerund, that is not the case. Okay, because that gerund, or the gerund phrase, is working as a noun. Very different from the participial. Right, so I have two sentences for you here, both using that word reading, once as a participial, once as a gerund. Let's read these two sentences, and I want you to decide, before we go further, which one is a participial and which one is a gerund. So our first sentence, my reading class begins in the morning. Second sentence, reading is a great way to pass the afternoon. So where is reading a participle and where is it a gerund? Take a second to think about it. All right, in our first example, my reading class begins in the morning. Class is the noun of the sentence, right? It's really serving as the subject of the sentence. And we know a little bit about this class, right? Because of our adjectives that describe it. Since reading here is working as an adjective, we have that ing. We know that it's a participle. In our next sentence, reading is a great way to pass the afternoon. This is just like the earlier example, isn't it? Reading is being used as a noun. It's the subject of the sentence. All right, a gerund phrase. Remember, phrases are groups of words, right? So gerund phrase. A gerund phrase consists of a gerund and any modifiers or complements the gerund has. And the whole phrase, think about the phrase as one unit, working together to make a noun. That's what's really going on with our gerund phrases. All right, so it's that gerund plus all the words that go with it, working together to make a noun. So I have two examples for you. He enjoyed reading a play by Shakespeare every day. So here we have the phrase reading a play by Shakespeare every day. That reading a play by Shakespeare, that is my gerund phrase. In my next sentence, studying every night helped her to become a great student. Studying every night is here my gerund phrase. And as a whole, working as the subject of this sentence.